Hey there, Spooky Squad. Today we're diving into the eerie and mysterious world of ghosts, spirits, and ghouls. In today's video, we're embarking on a thrilling investigative journey into the unknown. You've probably seen tons of ghost hunting videos and TV shows. You've probably even seen some debunking videos and stories, and even binged on some spooky tales. Why else would you be here? But have you ever wondered where the idea of ghosts come from? How these beliefs started, evolved, and if there are any different types of ghosts out there? And the big question, do ghosts really exist? I've always been fascinated by the creepy and macabre, so let's kick things off by talking about the concept of ghosts, spirits, and ghouls. What are they exactly? How do they fit into our society? And what's the history behind these spooky beings? In the captivating realm of folklore, ghosts appear as ethereal manifestations, whether they are the spirits of the departed souls or mysterious entities from beyond our world. These spectral beings are anything but ordinary. They can be subtle, invisible presences or shimmering wisps, and sometimes even startling, realistic apparitions. For centuries, humans have tried to bridge the gap between life and death with practices like necromancy, spiritualism, seances, known by many names, apparitions, poltergeist, phantom, and more. These entities continue to blur the lines between tangible and supernatural. Now, let's dive deeper into the origins of these ghostly beliefs. The idea that there's an afterlife and that the spirits of the dead can manifest have been around for ages. It dates back to ancient times where people practiced animism and ancestor worship. Various religious practices throughout history, like funeral rites, exorcisms, and some spiritualism and ritual magic, were designed to help spirits find peace. These practices aimed to either honor or rest the spirits of the dead, ensuring they didn't wander the earthly realm. Ghosts are often described as a solitary, human-like essences. But did you know there are tales of ghostly armies and even spirits of animals? Imagine encountering a phantom battalion or a spectral form of a beloved pet. These spirits are believed to haunt specific locations, objects, or people they were connected to in life. Think of that old abandoned house at the end of the street, or a cherished heirloom with a mysterious past. The possibilities are endless and utterly chilling. But what does science say about all this? The overwhelming consensus is that there is no proof that ghosts exist. Their existence is impossible to falsify, and ghost hunting has been classified as a pseudoscience. Despite centuries of investigation, there is no scientific evidence that any location is inhabited by the spirits of the dead. Historically, certain toxic and psychoactive plants were used in necromancy and underworld rituals. They contained compounds linked to dementia and neurodegeneracy. Recent research even suggests that ghost sightings may be related to degenerative brain disease like Alzheimer's. Did you know common prescription medications and over the counter drugs like sleeping aids can cause ghost like hallucinations in rare instances? Even older reports have linked carbon monoxide poisoning to ghostly visions. It's fascinating how the mind can play tricks on us. The notion of transcendent, supernatural, or numinous, often involving entities like ghosts, demons, or deities, is culturally universal. In pre literate folk religions, these beliefs are summarized under animism. and ancestral worship. Some people even believe that ghosts or spirit never leave until there is no one left to remember them. Ritual feedings of the dead are a common tradition, like the Chinese Ghost Festival or Western All Souls Day. Magical banishment practices are seen in various burial customs. For example, bodies in many ancient tumuli were ritually bound before burial. This custom persists in places like rural Anatolia. 19th century anthropologist James Frazer stated in his classic work, The Golden Bough, that souls were seen as the creature within that animated the body. This idea of the soul or spirit animating the body has been a central theme in many cultures understanding life or death. Although the human soul was sometimes depicted in ancient cultures as a bird or another animal, it was widely believed that the soul was the exact reproduction of the body, even down to the clothing the person wore. This is vividly depicted in artwork from various ancient cultures, like the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which showed deceased people in the afterlife appearing as much as they did before death, including the style of clothes. While deceased ancestors are often revered and believed to have presence in the afterlife, the spirit of the deceased person persisting in the material world is seen as unnatural and undesirable. The idea of ghosts or revenants is universally associated with fear, even in modern times. The fear of ghosts is a key element in ghost stories, gothic horror, and supernatural fiction. Another widespread belief is that ghosts are made of misty, airy, or subtle material. Anthropology has linked this to early beliefs that ghosts were the person's spirit, often depicted as a breath visible in cold air. This idea gave rise to the metaphorical meaning of breath in languages like Latin's spiritus and Greek's pneuma, both meaning soul. In many traditional accounts, ghosts were thought to be deceased people seeking vengeance or trapped on earth for bad deeds. The appearance of ghosts was often seen as an omen of death. Seeing one's own ghostly double, or fetch, was considered a similar omen. The cause of haunting is commonly thought to be unnatural death. Union Cemetery in eastern Connecticut is famous for the legend of the White Lady, a ghost believed to have died tragically or suffered trauma. White Lady legends are common worldwide, often involving themes of loss and purity. In contrast, Lady in Red is usually a jilted lover or a lady of the night. The White Lady ghosts are often associated with the family line or seen as a harbinger of death, similar to banshees. Legends of ghost ships, like the infamous Flying Dutchman, have existed since the 18th century and have been immortalized in literature such as Coleridge's The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Ghosts are frequently depicted covered in shrouds or dragging chains. Let's talk about haunted locales. A place where ghosts are reported is described as haunted, often believed to be inhabited by spirits of the deceased who were former residents or familiar with the property. Supernatural activity in homes is commonly linked to tragic or violent events such as murder, accidental death, or unaliving, whether recent or ancient. However, not all hauntings stem from violent deaths. Many cultures and religions believe that the essence of a being, such as the soul, continues to exist. Some religious views suggest that spirits of the deceased have not passed over and remain in places where their memories and energies are strong. There are numerous references to ghosts in Mesopotamian religions, including those of Sumer, Babylon, Assyria, and other early states in Mesopotamia. These beliefs have left traces in later Abrahamic religions. The concept of ghosts may even predate many belief systems. Ghosts were thought to be created at the time of death, taking on the memory and personality of the deceased. They traveled in the netherworld, where they were assigned a position and led a similar existence to that of the living. Relatives were expected to make offerings of food and drink to ease their conditions. Failure to do so could result in the ghosts inflicting misfortune and illness on the living. Traditional healing practices attributed various illnesses to actions of ghosts, gods, and demons. The ancient Egyptians had a widespread belief in ghosts. The Hebrew Bible contains few references to ghosts associated with spiritualism with forbidden occult activities. The most notable reference is that of the first book of Samuel, where disguised King Saul had the witch of Endor summon the spirit or ghost of Samuel. The soul and spirit were believed to exist after death, with potential to assist or harm the living, and possibly even a second death. Over 2,500 years, Egyptians' belief about the afterlife evolved, recorded in hieroglyphs, papyrus rolls, and tomb paintings. In modern times, the concept of mummies coming back to life has inspired a genre of horror stories and films. There is so much more to explore in the spooky realm of ghosts, spirits, and ghouls. Keep watching as we uncover more eerie tales and delve into the mysterious world of the supernatural. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe for more spine-chilling content. Stay spooky, fam!